are on Cat Island, just outside of Helsinki Harbor, mushroom hunting. Let's hope we have some luck. We had a dry spell with a lot of sunny weather and then some rain, so we're hoping the rain brought out the mushrooms.
Yep, we failed at mushroom hunting. The angel wings are just starting to come out and we got very, very few. In 2 or 3 more days there should be lots of them.
From Cat Island, John took us up Helsinki Narrows and into Neva Cove. Is it always, are you always able to get in though?
No, you can't get in there at low tide. But there's a good deep lagoon back here where you can put your boat or float all the time.
On our way up the cove, we came across the gear of the family that has several commercial salmon set net fishing sites, including the one in Sailboat Cove. The gear was retrieved from Sailboat Cove early in September and is stored here for the winter.
Why? I didn't realize we had other
It's shallow.
Okay.
There's a current in here.
This is very shallow for a boat, a sailboat drafting up here.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, it's more kayak. They're getting real shallow.
It'd be hard put to get a sailboat up here, wouldn't it? Wow. But you can get your catamaran up here during high tide. Yeah. Is it shallower over there or the same or? Not sure. I can't remember. I think it's deeper on this side. On this side?
You're about around.
So during a low tide, this is mud flat. Yeah. Right.
Okay, it's getting real shallow.
Deeper over there.
We meandered through the clear waters of Neva Cove. Sometimes it appeared we would run aground, but the tide was sufficiently high to keep us floating. Eventually, John navigated the boat far up a river that feeds into the cove. As we explored the banks, the smell of death and decay was prominent. After spawning, only a few dying salmon remained, and their life force was slowly rotting away. We came upon some bear tracks and evidence of the bears eating their fill of salmon. But even the bears were gone. Around us, the grass was turning brown, just more signs of an impending winter. John and Christy harvested a salad green called goose tongue they found among the grasses. Upon our return to Sailboat Cove, we spent the afternoon packaging up smoked salmon. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Most of the fish filleted by John was frozen for future use. We set up an assembly line of sorts, beginning with vacuuming for loose hair. Lee was stationed at the kitchen sink, where he thoroughly rinsed the fillets, removing any obvious debris, such as scales. Next, Christy minutely examined the fillets for sand or foreign matter, like blondie hairs. She dried the fillets before passing them on to John to be vacuum sealed. My job was to weigh and label the packages before their removal to the freezer, where they were frozen on trays to keep the fillets flat for compact storage. As the salmon season was drawing to a close, we decided to try smoking salmon. Lee had read of the idea of using an old refrigerator as a smoker. As luck would have it, John and Christy had an old freezer in their junk pile. Up at the barn, the guys removed the mechanical innards, the door liner, and cut and screened a window in the door and the back of the cabinet. Nice job on those screens. Now, all that was needed was smoke. John and Lee put together the ducting for smoke, and a small potbelly stove would provide the smoke. With the cabinet completed, the operation was moved from the barn to the door of the house, which would make it convenient for whichever one of us that got up to stoke the fire during the night. We all took turns. We also hoped the location would keep the bears away. The salmon was heavily salted, then rinsed after an hour and a half. When John filleted these fish, he left the fillets connected at the tail so they would be easy to hang. After experimenting with the basket in the refrigerator, it was decided it would be easier just to hang the salmon bellies. So this is because there is no lock on the front.
No, we have no latch.
A fan was placed to blow on the fish and air dry the fillets before smoking. We cold smoked the fish for 9 days. On rainy days, a flap of plastic was placed over the screens to reduce the chance of excess moisture being introduced. On the day we all took the ferry to town, the salmon was brought inside as no one would be available to tend the fire. A fan was placed to circulate air over the fillets. It all turned out wonderful, and we're pleased to say our project was a success. It's delicious, and lucky for us, no bears. Our time in Alaska is growing short, but we have more scenic adventures in Danger Bay and Whale Pass to share, and also the last big project. Join us in the next episode on the ferry to Kodiak. So until then,